Hi, welcome to Suplex the Sticks, a gaming podcast hosted by David and Seth.
Hi.
And Forrest.
Howdy.
Hello, boys. Video games.
We love them.
I don't know. I mean, I do.
I need video games.
I think there are video games that I love, but I don't love the industry. I love the medium, not the industry.
What about
if
the
that
gamers?
makes sense.
I
don't love the
capital.
gamers.
You don't love the
No.
capital.
I
G
love
gamers?
people that are gamers, but I respect their lifestyle. But it's just.
Are you saying you don't think gamers are people?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. I'm just saying it's
the
not
G
for
in
me.
LGBTQ.
And as long as they don't try to invite me to any games, then I'm good.
I mean, Pride Month is over, but I don't know why you're attacking them.
That's why. It's because Pride Month is over.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Gamers have rights too. I don't know if they should sometimes, but they do.
Yeah. It should be like on those questionnaires for like jobs and stuff. You have to inform. Well, you have the right to inform whether you have a disability or if you've been in the military.
Yeah.
One of them should be. Are you
I'm
a gamer?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd answer truthfully. I guess you have to.
Well, you can
'cause
choose
it's
not to
unofficial.
respond.
Yeah. It's yes, no, and
But it may come back to bite you in
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
situation.
like when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out and they
Taking a whole week off.
and they're like, well, why would you want to take this week off?
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
were
I don't
looking
know.
back at your original application, and you checked no that you were a gamer.
But we are
So-
aware of release schedules. We know what's
Yes.
coming out this week.
Yeah,
So, gonna have to call HR, I think.
this is
Set up a
just an I
meeting.
think you should leave sketch, or at least part of one, with a more insane B plot. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
it is part of one with a deeper B plot. Yeah, I've played games. I don't know, man. I've been.
Have you loved
playing-
games?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I think I love games.
yeah.
I've been playing that Elden Ring DLC.
Yes. sir.
And even that Elden Ring, I played.
Have we all beat Mesmer yet?
No.
No.
Did you? Are you playing the DLC?
No.
I was
Yeah,
about to say.
yeah.
No, I think he's my next boss.
I did look at a
Oh.
wiki and read about all the bosses.
I beat Rolana. Me
Yes.
and
The unknown twin sister of or brother of Renala.
Yeah.
gender means nothing
That's
in
true.
the Shadowlands.
That's so true.
Or
It also
in
means
Elden
nothing
Ring.
in Elden Ring. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I love it. You know,
It's wonderful.
yeah.
It's
We're
such-
all the Jurassic Park
it's
dinosaurs.
It's such a
it's
it's
just-
such an annoying thing when like I remember Gundam Build Fighters. So
okay. All right, here we go.
Cool, I'm in.
There was this like important plot line about these artificial intelligences that were coming to life in this Gundam MMO, and
Cortana?
they didn't know what to do with it. Like, are these people whatever? But there was only the one of them.
Oh, they're like the emergent programs in Tron.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was only one, and so people were worried that she was also like disrupting the fabric of the game, and because all this other bad stuff was happening. And that's like what the whole final big battle at the end of the season was. Then they do a sequel series. Where it turns out the whole time there was actually another one that had been there who was older than her. She was there first. And it made me so mad when I was watching. I was like, "This, you just kind of undermined the whole plot of that thing." And so
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
retcons for you.
I remember reading about Rolana, and I was like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
this person had a twin sister that just sort of disappeared and went into the land of shadow."
Same name, kinda.
Yeah, it was just like,
Almost.
why
So
this?
close.
This makes me question things about the way things work, but.
Well, to be fair, most of the stuff that we learn in the base game, like it's all mythological story, pretty much.
Sure.
Like this stuff happened forever ago.
You know what? You can say
Stuff
that.
gets warped through time.
But I learned
I guess
more about
not-
the jars that I don't want to know.
Yeah, I heard that that's also bad.
it's something. Horrifying
Yeah,
is
that's-
part of it.
Oh, yes.
It's like Miyazaki saw that people liked the jars
Yeah.
and decided,
Nope.
you're not allowed to like these jars. And so he said, I'm going to take that away from you.
Mm.
And he did.
Yes. Sometimes you prefer the mystery.
That
Yeah.
dungeon has little to no checkpoints. And so that was fun to deal with. And yeah, I mean, I did it. It was fun. People think this DLC is super hard. And I think it is hard, but I don't know if the hard discourse with soul stuff is so frustrating.
Well, how many
But,
Erdtree fragments do you have?
I'm level 4, which, to be honest, I
That
feel a
doesn't-
little underleveled.
Doesn't say anything to me. I don't know.
So the max is 20. The max is 20 levels. I'm
Okay.
level 4. I feel a little underleveled for where I'm at, but I'm managing. I'm getting by. I'm able, I did use Forest. I had such an experience.
I dropped so many knowledge bombs on you.
I didn't know. Okay, so
Mainly just the one.
let me reveal to you and to everyone listening a couple of things about me. One, I played 60 hours of Elden Ring not knowing I could upgrade my shield.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I have a 25 plus level shield.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was not upgraded at all through all of base Elden Ring.
Mm.
So that's fun.
What was that game? I feel like this happened recently where you
It
were
happened
playing
with
in a-
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That's right. Another thing where you didn't know you could upgrade stuff.
Yeah.
Now, also, all of Elden Ring, I never summoned people. I at one point summoned you, and we fought Renala together, and I think we beat her together.
I don't remember.
I vaguely remember that. But,
It's possible.
But I never summoned anyone in all of playing base Elden Ring. That's not me flexing. It just, I just didn't. And so I decided, jumping back in, I'm really rusty. So I summoned in someone to help me beat Moog after I got Moog really close twice. And I was like, you know what?
That fight
and
is
then
really
there's
tough.
that crazy thing at the end where
Yeah,
the whole screen turns red.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Oh, I'm
I'm going to summon
Gonna
someone.
die.
And I didn't.
You just got
I-
health tank it.
I fought.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
I
Just gotta
fought
have enough
Millennia
health.
a decent amount of times before I decided to summon someone.
Did you summon Let Me Solo Her?
No. I think they play on PC.
Yeah,
so I
and
don't-
maybe PlayStation.
But
I know for sure PC though.
But I definitely did summon someone to fight Millennia. Because I could only get. Oh my god, that was terrible. I don't know how anyone fights Millennia and wins.
You just learn.
Yeah.
It takes
I never did
takes like a full weekend even to get
Yeah,
close.
and I just didn't care to do that. So I did it. I summoned someone to help me, and then I've actually been fine the DLC. I haven't summoned people the whole DLC. I beat the Dancing Lion thing by myself.
Did you beat the Black Jail Knight?
I did finally beat that guy that I was fighting in front of you. Found out his weakness is just great swords and heavy attacks.
Heck yeah.
You hit him with a heavy
My
attack,
bread and
and he
butter.
just acts like he's slipping on the ice. Like he's like, whoa, whoa! Like all you gotta do is heavy attack him, and he turns into an idiot.
So you can't just shoot a laser at him. And
No,
run
no,
away.
no, no. But I used my blasphemous blade, and I heavy attacked him, and it was great.
Good.
I defeated this other little guy that gave me an Ash of War of him. He was a named boss. I defeated the Dancing Lion, And then I get all the way
You know, the
to...
dancing line is just two dudes in a costume.
Yes, I know, and they sucked to
Wait,
fight. But I
literally?
won. Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
But they sucked to fight. A lot of elemental stuff. But then I get to Rolana. And I fight Rolana a lot for 2 days. And I'm like, man, I haven't been summoning people this DLC. I'm really trying to just do this on my own. This just doesn't feel good. Because Rolana, at around 15% health, summons 2 moons from the sky into the ground, and you have to jump over the waves of the attack perfectly, or else you get killed. And let me tell you that it's never the same speed at which the waves happen.
Yeah, and if you
So, if you miss one, you're done. You're cooked. And
there's
so
no time to recover.
I would get Rolana consistently to that quarter health, not be able to kill her fast enough, and there would come the moons. And then I'm late at night. I'm like, I'm going to give Rolana a shot and show Forrest and our boy Digimon Joe, show them what this boss fight is like. And I summon someone, and then Forrest goes, David, summon someone else. And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, you can summon 2 people to help you fight a boss. And I was beside myself.
The more the merrier.
And so now I know 72 hours into Elden Ring that I can summon 2 people to fight alongside me. The builds I saw were astounding.
They ranged from the coolest thing ever to
this
the
large
most useless.
this large
Absolute empty head.
this large woman's name was Let Me Tank Her.
Yeah.
And
No
she
help.
was
He had no help.
she had a no massive health.
Massive shield.
Massive shield, tiny dagger,
Sure.
and massive jar on top of head. Rolana going to town on this character, nothing.
No damage.
And you just see them like doing little jabs
little
with
pokes.
the
Yeah.
And really, if I had not summoned someone useless along with Let Me Tank him,
that would have been the run.
tank her, we would have done it. And we never found Let Me Tank Her again, and it made me really sad because that was my favorite.
Yeah. So let me tank her if you're listening to this
Yeah.
somehow,
Or
some way.
Elise, I think her name was Elise.
Isilde?
Isilde something.
Something.
She did cool anime poses against the wall. She like really nailed the emote game.
It was so cool.
And then the other one was the weird.
There were 2 big boys.
Oh, Seth. I summoned somehow, accidentally, not because you don't know what people's builds are.
Sure.
I summoned to 2 people that were melee builds, and it was like a Dragon Ball Z fight. They both were like Goku and Vegeta attacking Beerus. Like it was
Sweet.
hilarious.
Great.
We didn't win that one, but
Were
it
you
was
helping
fun.
or were you just watching?
Yeah, no, I was helping in all of them. The only one I didn't help in was, when it got to like the last quarter of the health bar, Forrest yelled, "Stop and go back. Like, they've got this." And because that was the run that we won.
Yeah.
Where I was helping and doing a lot of help, but you could tell that the AI for her was picking up how much they were pushing at her, and she was increasing like the speed and franticness of her attacks.
Yeah.
And it was very dynamic. It was very cool.
Was that the run where she didn't end up doing the moon
Yeah,
attacks?
because they ended up,
because they were just doing so much damage and just so consistently and so quick.
and so
I'm
they
like,
were
oh my
keeping
God,
her
this
on
is
her.
gonna be it.
They were keeping her on her
Bless you.
toes, but she also was increasing the speed of her attacks, which was really cool to see. Like, it is a very dynamic AI for Rolana, which is dope. And we beat her, and that was that. It was what a great fight. That it's amazing. Video games are cool.
Yeah.
Elden Ring turns out still maybe a perfect video game. It's just like, it is wild how much that game just scratches an itch.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coworker about this. I don't want to go on about Elden Ring forever because God knows there's hours and hours and hours of podcasts out there, hundreds of hours about how great Elden Ring is. Thousands.
Tens of thousands.
But
Maybe even a million.
there's
Yeah.
and
I don't know.
the
Million hours is a
the
lot.
reason I say something like this is because I've felt it similarly in two different video games this past week and a half. Because our friends, the Maxwells, have been playing Hollow Knight, and so has Forrest. And so I'm seeing they're asking me questions, and like I'm grabbing the controller and helping them through some stuff occasionally.
You're saying
and
let
I'm-
me solo them.
And I am just like,
Yeah.
my brain is transporting back to knowing this space. Like, and I'm like, ooh, I know this map. I know where stuff is. I've been like, this is in my mental bank as like, this is where this place is. And I don't have that sort of feeling for controls, but I have that sort of feeling for environments. So like, I wasn't able to move as quickly through Hollow Knight or Elden Ring as I would have liked, like knowing items and stuff like that. But even loading in and exploring that first area, like Limgrave and a little bit beyond Stormvale, just to explore and get my bearings in the game again, I'm like, man, I just know this place really intimately well, and it's really cool to go back to something and be like, I know this.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it sort of felt like, you remember when that catfish episode was in Ocala, and it's like, oh, this is
Yeah,
where
I know all those
like,
places.
This is a place I know, and I'm seeing it like it's something I know, and I'm seeing it in a framework I can understand, but it is still like, wow, that's like,
Yeah.
this is in my brain still. And there's no way to know that stuff is still in your brain or anything until you revisit it. And I wonder what some video games, I wonder if I would have that for something like Breath of the Wild, mainly just because Breath of the Wild is so flat and it is kind of so massive, like, I don't know, but like, definitely, because Elden Ring is it's big, but it's compact and vertical. And same with Hollow Knight, like a Metroidvania like that. It's really a Souls. It's hard because that game is. I was talking about Forrest about that the other day. It's very much a Souls game with some Vania in there, and just amazing what your brain stores and the feelings that come back when you go to something like that. I think that there's probably something about the difficulty too. Because of it being difficult, you spend more time cementing it to memory because you're having to have more Twitch reactions and stuff.
Yeah.
Versus something that's easygoing.
Yeah, I think when part of the gameplay intrinsically is having to memorize stuff, I think your brain is sort of tuned to do that for everything that you're doing.
Right.
Since
So
around any corner could be something that could kill you in one hit.
right. And so you tend to memorize the corners that don't have that stuff, or you that do, and it helps stick those things into your brain. It's why some of my journey with Elden Ring was amazing, because I was genuinely going to new places that I had never been. Because, I've talked about it on the show. The moment that I got onto the elevator to the snow area, I was like, I'm ready to finish this game. And so I just
Yeah.
kind of beelined it. So I did like Soul Castle, and I did all that stuff. And it was fun. A lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how long it'll take me to beat. It's not taking me a terribly long time to get through stuff, but I've heard it's like a 20, 30 hour expansion, and I'm not trying to like beeline it. I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing?
Well, the past couple days, actually, I've been playing a game called. Hold on, let me look at the exact name.
Oh God.
Um,
Oh God.
it's called The Case of the Golden Idol.
Oh.
So this game is.
Okay.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. It's going to be. It's coming to Game Pass this month. But I remember it was a game I've had on my Switch, on my eShop wish list for a while. But it was released on the App Store as a Netflix exclusive. So I was like, ooh, I've heard good things about this game. It is a point and click mystery. Murder mystery thing. It's very funny. It is about this, the titular golden idol and this family that comes to get it in their possession,
Right.
and then them all killing each other to get control of it. It's a lot of fun. It has this visual style that is reminiscent of like Commodore 64 era PC games. I can't think of any like the original Monkey Island, that kind of
that sort of thing.
2D pixelated look. It's a lot of fun. It's a very quick play, but I found it to be quite enjoyable. Just the way that the story is told. And
Sweet.
it's coming to Game Pass. Also, it's on the App Store if you got Netflix. Would highly recommend it for a good time. I also have been playing the game 30XX.
Oh.
I was watching you a little bit play that earlier tonight, and I couldn't tell what it was at a distance, but I had a feeling. I'm like, this looks like 30XX.
So I played the previous game 20XX, which I pretty much bought. I forget back. It came out many years ago, but I pretty much bought just on the premise that it was a Mega Man X like roguelike game, and it wore those it wore those inspirations on its sleeve. Like, I'm pretty sure that the character sprites were just sort of directly copied over the top of the X and Zero sprites from from X4.
Yeah.
In a way that I never really liked the visuals of that game, or kind of the way that the levels looked. It didn't really hit for me. But I remember when I first saw the reveal of 30XX, I was excited because it looked like they had kind of developed in their own art style.
Right.
Which it has. It definitely feels more distinct. Certainly still in that PlayStation era Mega Man X styling, but it's actually I found it more to be more akin to like Mega Man 8 in terms of how it looks visually. These are all very specific references to people who have played Mega Man. And the music's not as good as Mega Man, and it's an impossible thing it's really hard to like set yourself as we are like overtly saying we are directly inspired by this and trying to recreate this feel, because that's sort of one of the legendary game franchises, and you're never really going to live up to it.
It's hard. These games existing has always been hard for me because I get interested in them visually, and then I'm like, I just don't know if it's going to play right, and like I also blame. Now you can tell me if I'm blaming the wrong creator here, and that's fine. I might be, but Kija Inafune, is that the one that went off and tried to make?
Yeah, he made Mighty Number 9,
and my brain just always equates like I'm gonna get Mighty Number 9 again.
Yes,
and I So I just always back off whenever I see something that.
Well, yeah, I think
vaguely Mega Man-like.
In this day and age,
Not
I
even
am.
vaguely.
I would 100% choose the random indie game over anything that has his name on it. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, everything he's made since leaving Capcom has been kind of really terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had anything to do with this game outside of the
Yeah,
taking
I
inspiration.
bet
But yeah, I
he
understand.
didn't, but
It's like you see those and like, I don't know.
I've had this happen
This
to
whole
me,
genre
yeah.
is just like, ugh, we're a bit afraid of it. But it is. I found it's been quite fun. Playing by myself has been fun.
It is co-op, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's cool.
So I was playing it end of last week by myself and having a pretty good time. I think it is very, very well like tuned physics in terms of comparing the way dash moves and the way your attacks and speed and jumping feel compared to Mega Man X. Like it's very very similar. Different in certain ways. A gripe I have is that when a game like this is going to be roguelike and the levels are going to be different all the time, they do lose some sense of identity that
It's always been my issue with roguelikes.
And so it's kind of frustrating especially coming from a gamer like I have like burned in my brain the layouts of a lot of those levels from the originals. And especially when you are throwing in like modifiers to your character, like you can almost have builds that give you sort of infinite jump height, but the problem is that like you'll get to a wall that you wouldn't else be able to like climb up, and then it levels off at the top, and you just can't go on. Like a text box will come up and say like you can't go this way, or like boo, the boss is down there, and it's like, well, why not put a ceiling on this level,
right?
You know? Yeah. Whereas in Mega Man, when there were those, in X, when there were like chord passages going up out of the screen, it was always okay. If I can find a way
back
to get up there, there will be something that is worth my time.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, so everything that you need to find there's maybe a little bit off the beaten path that you have to go, but. So there aren't really secrets in the way that there are in those games. But it's been fun. But over the weekend, my nephew came over, and I was like, hey, I have this game. It's got co-op. Do you want to play it? And we spent like 2 straight days playing through it. And it's so much more chaotic with a second person. But also, like, it just completely changes the experience. Because you sort of lose the control that you have of moving through the level. And also it does this crazy thing, like it zooms out from the stage the further away you get. So you can just be like these tiny little guys so far away from each other.
Oh,
you can
that's
barely
cool.
see
That changes the art.
It was a wild time. We had a lot of fun doing it. Never got to the end of a run because it gets almost kind of annoyingly, the health of enemies, it like scales as you continue through the levels, and it just gets to be sort of like a ridiculous amount in later stages if you don't have enough items, you haven't collected enough items to help you do more damage. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have minor gripes about it. I don't think it's like the perfect imagining of that concept of Mega Man X roguelike. But it's
I've seen
it's
some
very
pretty
enjoyable.
cool as like GDQ runs of 30XX.
Yeah, it's got, and I think one of the reasons I didn't like 20XX either was
Or
it
maybe
didn't
20.
it didn't like feel like close enough to the original, and just the sort of running and gunning and dashing and climbing and all that stuff. And this one, I think that is why I immediately upon starting, it was like, ooh, this feels very familiar to me. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good. Listen, now that you're getting your side to side running and gunning in, I would love for you to get your 3D running and gunning in and first person, and you should play Neon White, as I need other people that I know to have times out there that I can smash into the ground.
Honestly, it's really just sort of made me want to play the Mega Man X again.
No. I think that's something that I can have some input on. If you care a lot about Mega Man X lore, there are 2 episodes of exhaustive.
Yeah, I don't need to talk about the lore anymore.
But
this game's also got some weird lore.
I'm sure.
It's but I also like a lot of it you can read, but a lot of it like references the original game, and I have no idea what all that stuff is. So I'm like, what is going on here? I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But the final boss is it's neat. The character sprites are different from the originals, and at some point it says something to you like, someone says, "Oh, you look different because it's a new game," or something like that. But one of the last bosses is you fight a version of your character from the previous game, like using their old sprite.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
That's cool.
And is one of Mega Man Zero. Had a great time playing it.
Yep.
It was one of the things that. No, I guess this was in. Am I thinking of Zero or ZX? It was one of the things that bummed me the most, is that when you learn about how, like, you are not in the original Zero body, and you're like, oh yeah, well that's obvious. I look totally different.
03, maybe?
And then you come up against the person who is in the original body. It's like, wait a minute. He doesn't look like the original Zero.
He
just looks like me, but with a different shade.
Yeah.
It was a bummer.
And the explanation was just,
don't
worry about it.
Yeah.
It's just an art style.
He got a
change.
redesign, and that's I was so hoping, like, okay,
It was going to be the original
yeah,
Zero
get Mega
body,
Man
like,
Zero
sprite.
versus original Zero sprite, but no. So that
fight's still cool though.
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
yeah. It's also, you can also fight it in ZX. Yeah,
Those games.
and then you can transform into him, which is
Yeah.
neat, but neither here nor there. It's kind of pointless because it's at the
It's like near the end of the game.
it's like, you have to pretty much beat the game in order to do it. Cool little Easter egg, but
Yeah.
but yes, that was kind of cool. Cause so I did complete a run by myself.
Nice.
And when I saw it, I was like, I played like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes of the original game, and I was like, this isn't what I want it to be. But I still recognized the sprite of the original character from the first one. I was like, ooh, this is neat. It is a cool thing to call back those kind of changes, I think.
Yeah, of course. Have you been playing anything else?
Not that I can think of.
I think you can help me, but I think I'm going to try to make people play Mario Party tomorrow at some point.
We love Mario Party. We love Mario
4th of July fireworks.
I love Mario Party.
We love Mario Party. Our dear friend
enough of Mario Party.
Our dear friend Andrea loves Mario Party. So 3 people will be having fun.
Oh yeah.
Who will be the 4th?
We gotta have one who will not have fun.
And it'll be Forrest.
It's gotta be Forrest.
Yep.
What are you playing, Forrest?
I have, despite my current living situation ailments, have been playing a lot of games, actually. I went back and did a quick replay of Metroid Zero Mission since it got added onto the Switch.
Yeah, I need to do that.
And then
I've never
that game
played
is
it.
that game is perfect. I have no problems with that game. And then I finally did a full playthrough of Metroid Fusion, all within the same weekend. So it didn't take
Metroid
up
Fusion
too much
is a perfect game.
That's a great game.
It's a good game. I have problems with it that I think will be
Metroid.
fixed upon a replay.
I don't know if it's the best Metroid.
Yeah, it's the best Metroid.
It's very good.
It is good.
It's my favorite Metroid.
Yeah. I would like a full dissertation on that someday.
I mean, it's one that I've played the most. I'm pretty sure I beat that game like 10 times. I've played that game a lot.
Yeah. And then I started...
During GDQ, they did a 100% speedrun, and I was
That thing
watching
was
it.
crazy.
I was watching like, man, this game is so good.
I
really is. It's a very.
I got that game as part of the 3DS Ambassador thing, and I played that pretty much every month for like a while.
It's a great game.
It's very.
It's probably like in the 20s the amount of times I've beaten that game.
When I was watching the speedrun, I started to think, do I think that Fusion or Dread is a better game? And I don't know the answer. I might think that Fusion is better, but I know that a lot of that is just going to be nostalgia based.
So I think Dread is better, but I think I'm coming at it from the bias of Dread was the first Metroid game that finally clicked with me. But I do think Dread executes on a lot of the gameplay and world design ideas that Fusion has in a better way. But that's neither here nor there. They're both fantastic games.
Yes.
But
I think the SAX is better than the Emmys though. The gameplay of the Emmy was better.
Yeah, so
but SAX was definitely scarier.
I was talking with a friend about this last week after I beat Fusion. I think the SAX is better from a design standpoint because you have to actually outmaneuver it instead of just outrun it, if that makes sense. Like, it's really easy to outrun the enemies, especially if you just know your basic movement abilities. But that's not going to save you from the SAX. No. You have to actually, like, in the scenes where it is chasing you, you've got to be on the ball with it. And I think that's a very fun challenge.
There's no hiding.
No.
Man, imagine, like, a remake of that, but where the SAX... instead of being in scripted sequences, like it's a actually roaming. That would be terrifying.
Or
like a Mr. X situation.
Exactly, in Resi 2.
Gosh.
God.
That would be something else.
Especially, because there's a line in Fusion where it's like, hey, Sabers, there's actually like 10 SAXs on the station. Yeah. And it's like, what? Then why am I running into them maybe once every hour, give or take, in this playthrough? Like... I should be running into them at least every 15, 20 minutes.
I think one of the reasons I like Fusion so much is it was the first game that was like, there's an evil Samus, which was then duplicated over and over, but and it always sort of works. I think that like this is no shade against Dark Samus, who is also an awesome character and terrifying, but Fusion did it first.
I think also thematically it works better just with like the whole thing of like Samus killing all the Metroids, becoming a Metroid herself, like all this stuff, and then like this twisted version of her is now hunting her as the last
Fusion
Metroid.
Fusion Suit is great, except for when it was in Prime, but
I forgot that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it was just It's not a canon thing. I think it's just because
it was. If you linked it up, you could use the Fusion Suit in Prime.
Yeah.
But it really the proportions of Metroid Prime Samus did not do any
justice to that suit.
Yeah, did not do justice to the Fusion Suit.
Yeah.
Man, the colors of that suit are so dope.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool at the end when you absorb SAX and you get the various suit colors. It's like, it looks so cool.
Yeah. What a good set of games.
Yeah. I need to play Zero Mission.
It is so good. If you like Fusion, you're going to like Zero Mission a lot, I think. But yeah, I played through those real quick, and then I started Hollow Knight. I played... I would say I feel like I've been playing a good portion of it.
Where are you?
I'm trying to figure out where to go next. I think I need to explore more of the City of Tears.
Have you? So
Have
you're
you gone
in
to
this.
Zebus yet?
Yeah, and SR 388.
So you're
And
in
the
the city
PSR.
of tears.
Is that what it's called? PSR.
Have you gone?
ZDR.
ZDR. No. The one from Fusion is
Oh.
the. So yeah, that's
Have
the
you
dread
gone to the
one.
nailsmith yet to upgrade your nail?
No.
Yeah, then you need to do that.
I would love to find that
You
guy.
need to go left.
Ugh. Okay, so I'm on the complete far right end of the map.
You
I
need to go left.
go left. Heard.
Yeah, you need to stop being so far right.
I
That's true.
no.
We talked about this. Your VTuber.
Yeah.
Your VTuber
far
character.
right
Coming soon,
grifting
be
VTuber.
prepared for Forrest's VTuber account that we're gonna stream with
Yeah.
or something.
Or something.
It might just be we record it for ourselves.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
don't release it.
there should
Like
be
that
a,
one
We've done
episode
before, yeah.
about Forrest being a furry.
yes,
Which
yes,
is
we don't talk
lies
about
and
it.
slander.
We don't talk about it except for all the times we bring it up.
Yeah.
Nailsmith should be the new name for nail salons.
No, that would be cool.
Yeah. Or like the people who make like the nail packet things, like the press-ons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, get rid of like the term factory from the lexicon and just call
Call
it
them
a blank
smithies?
smithery, you know, something like that.
I think it's
So like instead of like a chip
I don't
factory, you
think
got a
it's a smithery.
well, whatever, you know,
Smithy.
smithy. I think smithery sounds.
It's got a ring.
Smithery
It sounds like smithereens. Which
yeah,
is
that's
fun.
why I'm hearing it. That's what I'm hearing. It's like this doesn't sound right.
But yeah, Hollow Knight's really good. I was not clicking with it though for the first few hours, and it's solely because I had just come off the heels of two fantastic Metroid games.
You were playing Metroid games, and this isn't a Metroid game.
No, it's not a Metroid game.
It
at
has.
all.
It's like sprinkled with the seasoning of a Metroidvania,
Yeah.
but it is a Souls game with like the Souls game is the center of the sushi and the sushi roll.
It's the bones of the
Yeah.
game, and then over time, Hollow Knight through my playthrough has been adding a few mechanics here and there, mostly like traversal stuff that make
Yeah.
it feel more like a Metroid game.
And you'll get more too.
Yeah.
There's more.
as I saw in a speedrun we watched earlier.
Yeah, we just watched a Hollow Knight
Race.
no major glitch race
It was
from
very
SGDQ, which is going on this week. So if you want to watch it, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
They did the Alan Wake dance, which was great. So it was so wholesome and great. But that Hollow Knight run was fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved watching that.
Yeah, now that I've seen it, I don't see any reason to play it. Honestly, I
Yeah,
can never be
I
that
mean,
good.
Listen, I've given up on you ever playing it. The closest I've gotten, like the mountaintop I've reached of getting Forrest and the Maxwells to play it
At the
and
same
then
time, nonetheless.
listening to Giant Bomb and Mike Minotti finally getting Dan to play it, and Dan
hasn't played it yet?
well, Dan never. Okay. Not to talk about other content, but Dan never played it because he said it looked bad in like a Flash game. And-
my-
which is the
He
most.
does not have any right
which
to say a game looks bad.
I know. It's the most
need-
infuriating thing to listen to on the podcast
Oh my
when they would be like,
God.
oh, Hollow Knight's great. And he'd be like, you mean the Flash game? And
It does sort of look like a Flash.
That
game.
man
Don't-
has played for his jobs some of the worst games I have ever seen.
And
He has
so-
no right to say a game looks bad and then not
And
want
so
to play
he
it.
promised
Oh
Mike
my
Minotti.
God.
He promised Mike Minotti on the plane ride to the Game Awards or Summer Game Fest because everyone was pretty sure that Silksong was going to get announced this weekend at the Xbox thing, or that weekend. He says he's going to play it, and he became extremely Hollow Knight pilled with his Steam Deck, and so that like getting to hear him be like, I was wrong, and I'm getting validated, being one of the only people in my friend group that have played this video game, finally getting other people to play it.
Yeah.
Despite it being it's right up his alley, infuriatingly.
Okay, I just don't want to play it.
It's
It's like me with
It'd be one thing if I owned it. and
I
hadn't
feel
played it.
like
could
you
change-
might.
I don't.
This is the thing.
It's
I
on
feel
Game
like
Pass. You practically
I don't have Game Pass.
I feel like
at the
you-
moment.
I feel like you might own it.
I know that I've never bought this game.
I don't know.
I'm 100% sure.
All right.
We'll just buy you a copy then.
I pretty much know all the games that I bought, even if I haven't played most of them.
That's crazy. I go through my library once every few months and I go, huh, when did I get that?
Yeah, I did just remember.
But see, the thing with my library is the games that would be like that, I usually end up playing immediately because they're like
Oh, that's
impulse
fair.
purchases.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I read the description and looked at a bunch of screenshots and it was on sale and I was like, I wonder if I will like this. And then I will play it and be like, this is a bad game, and delete it.
Meanwhile, I spent $2 on Civ 6 the other day because it was on sale for that, and I haven't touched
You
it.
can get that for free, basically.
I've already got it. So
Oh, yeah. But I saw that
Too late now.
there is, I think Best Buy, you can get a digital code of it for $3. And when you redeem it, the eShop assumes that you bought it full
y'all
price.
should go get.
And gives
Y'all-
you 300 gold coins.
Y'all should go get Civ 6 today. We'll play it. That'd be great.
I don't want to play that
Yeah,
game. It
I'm-
takes so
I'm
long
sorry
to
to
play.
say, you're never going to get me to play that game.
Why? You like board games, kind of now?
It's longer than a board game.
Yeah.
It is longer than a board game.
Yeah. Also, if I'm playing a video game, I don't want to be playing board games, you know?
Video games are sometimes the best medium to play board games.
That is not incorrect.
That's true. Uno is really fun.
No.
Yeah, I just wish I had it on my Xbox.
Oh, I have great news for you then. It came free with your Xbox.
I don't think so. I don't own it.
No, you got to go back and check. You,
I don't
you,
have
you
it.
got an Xbox 360, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be on your account somewhere.
No, I don't have it.
What was that free game that used to come out on every Xbox 360?
Uno.
No. The side-scrolling airplane game. You would-
What are you talking about?
It was back when they launched it was like a side-scrolling airplane shooting game. That game was really fun. And you could combine into one ship. Oh my god, y'all are gaslighting me.
Gradius?
No. Free Xbox
Raiden?
Live ship game.
Is it a shoot 'em up?
No. It's
No? What?
like a left to right.
Flappy Bird?
No, stop. I don't know. What was the Xbox Live arcade games? I'm just gonna look up Xbox Live arcade games.
I don't remember any free whatever
Yeah, me either.
thing.
There was a free one that it came with your Xbox.
No, that's
Well, I got the Xbox 360 Elite, and I don't remember it ever coming with my Xbox. So almost the oldest Xbox known to man.
And it was. I think it started with an A. Don't worry, I'll find it.
Okay.
Aegis Wing.
It's not
Yeah.
ringing any bells. Can I see a,
What was great is
can I see a
that
cover image here?
you could combine into, like, you could play with all of your friends, 4 friends, and they could combine onto your ship and it would power up your laser.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a fun game.
Is it still purchasable?
Yeah, I can re-download it right now. We could play it today.
Well, I'll have to buy it.
We could
Because I didn't
speedrun-
get it for free.
Let's see what this. No, it's free still. Let's see. We could speed run Aegis Wing. I bet you.
Is Uno on there?
No, I don't know.
Well, it has to be.
No one has speed run Aegis Wing. We could do it.
We could be the first. We could make a world record.
World
Record.
premiere.
World record.
World
Boys.
premiere. Yeah, we could build the community.
I
Wow.
don't want to do that.
It's an on-rails shooter. We could do it.
Wait, if it's on rails and you can't speed run it.
I mean, I'm sure you could get to the end faster somehow. Someone has to.
I feel like they're. I feel like I've seen speedruns
Okay.
of on-rail shooters and.
Okay, everyone has been talking.
I mean, I have
No.
watched Star Fox 64 at GameCube
I'm not trying to
before.
go off on extreme rails here. But
Yeah, we're trying to say on,
On
rails.
rails. Yeah.
speaking of on-rail shooters, my brain was really thinking about a game the other day, and I still don't know if this is the title.
Kid Icarus, Uprising.
No, close.
Wait, it went from no to close?
Kid
That's
Icarus.
interesting.
No, but
Of
close.
Gods and Monsters.
Seth and I played a lot of this game on the Wii at GameStop. And
Sin and Punishment.
Sin Eater Punishment.
Sin and Punishment.
Sin and Punishment. We need to get that game back on the
sounds
Switch.
so
I believe
familiar.
that the
Get that on the Switch.
I believe that the original
2.
is on Nintendo 64 Online.
Really?
Actually, I don't know.
Really? I would
think it
play
might
that
be.
today.
I think it might be.
This cover goes so hard.
Yeah, dude.
Like the
Yeah,
Japanese
dude.
cover?
Yeah, dude.
The
And the
Sin and Punishment
Star
Star
Successor.
Successor.
That's
That's
the one
so
we
cool.
played.
Yes.
Yeah.
what? The Nintendo Wi-Fi connection logo.
Yeah. Yeah, those are interesting. The first one was a Japanese only release, even though it had full English voice acting.
What, really?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's like the Kingdom Hearts final mixes. It makes no sense. You're gonna put in the work to have it in English and then not
That's why
release
they.
it that way.
I think when they first started doing virtual console stuff on the Wii, they released it in America for the first time and didn't have to do any work on
It's
it.
so easy. The art
Yeah.
design for this series rocks.
Yeah, it's really cool looking for sure. I've never played it though. Outside of the bits of Star Successor that we played in whatever store. But yeah, I think it's a part of Nintendo 64 Online.
It is. I'm going to play that.
Wow.
It was among the first Nintendo 64 games.
Oh.
I remember the main character, Saki, is an assist trophy in Smash.
Oh. But yeah, this game
He's got a
ruled.
laser sword
Very
that
cool.
also is a gun.
Oh. You know me.
You love
It's a classic combo.
outside of Final Fantasy VIII. You love a character with a gun that's a sword.
I would say outside of Final Fantasy 13, because at least 8's gunblade design has some sauce.
Look, 8 is the original
I
Gunblade, and it's the coolest.
I like
and is the
lightning a
greatest.
lot, and I won't hear any lightning slander.
I'm just saying her gunblade
Despite
is...
never
It's
finishing that
whack
game.
looking.
Her, yeah,
It's like a,
it doesn't look like a
switch-
gun
like
or a blade.
freaking butterfly knife.
Yeah, that's cool. You see cool kids flipping those around? It's
No, I
awesome.
don't.
Kids
Actually.
beat lightning, and that's it. Anyways, Hollow Knight, great game. I like it now that I have a wall jump, and I also started playing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 again because the
Nice.
Marvel hype train is
Yes.
going full steam ahead, baby.
Yes.
And then I also am getting myself familiarized with Elden Ring again, so I can prep myself for the DLC. I'm helping out some friends finish up some main playthrough stuff, and then we're all gonna hop in to Shadows of the Erdtree together. And
Nice.
it'll be a fun time. I didn't realize how badly taking 2 years off from Elden Ring was really gonna rust me up.
It's rough.
I have an entire half of my tool, of my build that I just have not touched, that I completely forgot about, and I don't even remember why I have certain spells and abilities on my build anymore because it's been so long.
Yes.
So, yeah,
That's kind of like back to basics, you know?
it really is.
You should just pick up one of the new weapon types in the DLC. And
Wait
I have
till
to
you
get
look
there
at
first.
have
Wait
to
till
worry.
you have to find items, and you look at items and go,
How do I
I
use
know
this?
this does something. I don't know what.
I just found out that there was an item that I do have, and this is base game, that if you use it during the Malekith fight near the end of the game, when he's doing his crazy jumping around, crazy sword combo crap, you can parry it with
Yeah.
this item.
Yeah.
I did not know that, and I've had that item, I guess, for hours at this point. I have 100, I think 20 hours in this character alone. And I,
7 more, and you'll have to cut your arm off.
oh, so true.
It's like that. I didn't know there was an item for Moog, but there is.
Yeah.
And so someone
There is?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it sucks him into the
Chains
ground.
him down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Because you can also...
You can use it
You
on
can
his,
use it on,
his shade too, I
I
think.
can't use it on Market.
I don't know.
I think that may
didn't
be a
have
different
it.
item.
Someone
Well-
the person I summoned
Yeah,
in.
I
had
think
it.
it's a thing that works on Omens.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Because they both are.
Right.
Yeah.
You would never have it for the Market fight, but...
Unless we did a new game
Really,
or something.
sequence break.
Or a sequence break. We do love a sequence break. But yeah, video games are cool. I play nothing but the best.
This,
Especially now that I've stopped playing Halo
you heard
Infinite
it.
for this time.
They just added a new game
I
mode.
know. I probably will never check it out. Unless
I'm
if
proud
I get
of you.
really drunk one night or something.
man.
Who knows?
no, you
If
can.
only it was Warzone.
You can be better.
Warzone sucked.
I
I don't know
loved it.
why you guys love
I
that
loved it.
mode
I
so
loved
much.
those
Warzone was
cards.
awesome.
I would rather just play
Man.
Firefight.
No. No way.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Firefight was good. But Warzone had like objectives. and-
Out of here.
It was like the. It was like a better
Cards.
version of the mode in Reach, where you were. Some
Firefight?
people were. Some people were
Invasion.
Covenant, and some people
Yeah.
were Halo.
Oh, I loved Invasion.
Yeah, that mode was great.
So why do you like Warzone?
I don't know.
I feel like
Just didn't-
Warzone was.
I think I just had a
I think
really
you just
bad
don't like the
experience.
cards.
No, I think I just had. The cards are fine. I just had a. I think I'm just now realizing the first match of Warzone I ever played was just a really bad experience because the other, like the enemy team, because it was PvP Warzone.
Yeah.
The enemy team just had all the best stuff, like immediately from the get go, and so my team was just locked in,
Yeah.
doing nothing but getting killed.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this sucks. If the game allows that kind of imbalance to happen, then it's not a game mode worth playing for me.
Well, yeah, it was surely imbalanced, but I guess the balance is if you kill those people with those strong weapons, you get to pick up the weapons and use them.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's like having a pistol going up against a nuke.
Yeah, but look,
you know,
man, you just gotta be better at the game and shoot them and not get shot.
hard to do when I'm out of all the Halos, I am the worst at Halo 5.
Just get in a tank. Summon a tank.
And get blown up. I'm telling you, literally locked out of everything from that enemy team. It was atrocious.
I need to inform the masses
Just use armor lock.
about something that they might not care about. But after 500 hours, Cameron is finally 100% in Brotato.
Oh my
Yeah, I saw
god!
that he was playing that again. And I was like, "What?" And I
He-
couldn't,
Did
could
he
not
ever
believe
stop
it.
He
playing?
never stopped. But he has now 100%ed it.
All right, Cameron,
He
you better
did.
stop playing.
He really did it. I'm proud and sad for him.
Yeah,
That's. I mean,
I'm not proud.
It's. You know, he
and I
really.
ain't too proud to beg.
It's amazing that he got into that and not Vampire Survivors, which it is
Yeah,
just.
It was
a-
based off of.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta go with what you like. That's
he
fresh
likes
off
a
the
Brotato,
press.
yeah.
He
Sometimes that's Brotato.
you Brotato it. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I had to stop playing Vampire Survivors because
It's an addicting game.
yeah,
.com.
but I would just keep playing it, and it wasn't good for me.
Speaking of addictinggames.com, I don't know what was I on that it popped up, but I had,
We're on addictinggames.com.
no, I
of
was
course.
on some other website. And
Everyone's
there was
favorite website.
There was an embedded window that let you play random games, and they were all like old Flash games.
Oh, it was
and so
randomgame.com.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a website that you go on to play Flash games. It was a different website, but there was a embedded window that let you play old Flash games, and so I started playing the Impossible Quiz. You guys remember that?
No,
No.
That's a shame.
I have no memory of that.
Well, it was a Flash game,
Um,
and I played it for a bit, and I remembered some of the dumb answers, but then I stopped.
it's probably for the best.
Just load it up, see how far you guys get.
No, I don't know. I don't have that in me. I don't know.
Why? It's easy. You're just clicking.
I know. We're like a month away from SteamWorld Heist 2 coming out, which may end up being my game of the year. Like,
Interesting.
we all know how much I love SteamWorld games, and
You won't play Build.
I'm not a city builder guy. I'll give it a shot. I need to re-download it.
It's fun.
But, like-
It's like not even that hard.
Just not a city builder guy. I was at
I
one
get it.
point in my life. I'm not there anymore. Just like I used to be a like avid RTS guy. I still like RTSs, but just don't have that in me anymore.
Yeah.
I did download Valorant, so who knows if I'll. I mean, I'm in the beta, so I sent codes to you guys.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to play it until I get the new place.
That's
The
true.
better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, your 4 megs down is not gonna cut it.
No.
For internet.
No.
But yeah, video games are cool again. We got Star Wars Bounty Hunter coming back. They're re-releasing that bad boy. Capcom had their little thing.
Which was mostly a waste.
Yeah, and then
they did a thing.
yeah, and then they had a weird trailer where they were like, "Yes, we're working on Resident Evil 9." And the director of Resident Evil 7 is working on it.
Yeah, I saw something. There was a quote that he said that he was like,
says,
"I didn't know
significant or something.
I didn't know how to follow up Resident Evil 7, but now I have an idea." And it's like, wait a minute, Resident Evil 8 came out. We all played it, but I think
it also made me realize that wasn't by the same director.
Yeah. And I think he was probably also talking conceptually,
Yeah.
what is the next idea?
Well, 8 wasn't going to be... 8 wasn't a Resident Evil game. That's the insane thing.
Sure it was.
Like...
Oh yeah, it was a Biohazard game.
When you hear... No. When you, read about the development, that was...
I
not
think that's
going to be.
conspiracy theories.
Those are fun sometimes. Like the Denver airport.
Yeah.
I
And
mean...
QAnon.
No. That one's not fun. That one's harmful. Denver airport's fun.
Flat Earth.
Man, they should put the big blue horse in Resident Evil. That would be cool.
Ethan Winters rides in on the
Yeah.
big blue Denver horse.
God.
That would be awesome. Really, they could do... Man, they could really do an umbrella facility underneath that airport. That's how they could make it work.
I feel like that happened in one of the animated
course.
movies
Of
because one
course
of them
it did.
takes place in an airport.
I wonder if it is the Denver.
Airport.
But, video games. He said something about, the idea was significant. Or,
Oh.
it was weird. I wish I had the exact quote. And I'm trying to find it because it is,
It's so hard to find
It's
random
been-
quotes.
it's been memed. That's the thing. But he sort of... It sort of sounded like it maybe was going to be a big game, and I don't want that. I don't want it to be, massive.
Village was a big game.
That was big.
But yeah,
Yeah, definitely don't need it like an open world Resident Evil.
No.
even though Village was kind of open world.
Well, sort of. I mean, it was as open as
area.
any of the other Resident Evils.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And also, they announced Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered.
DRDR.
I'm excited about this.
This is my hole. It was made for me.
I'm actually excited about this.
Dead Rising's fun.
Dead Rising's fun. And the last one we got was a weird, basically tech demo for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Back when it came out. So, yeah, we're in it. Capcom is making new things. They've made him
No
look
Mega
weird.
Man.
Well, yeah.
People thought there might be a Mega Man, but there's no Mega Man.
There will
People-
never be a Mega Man.
They should make a Mega Man roguelike. They probably shouldn't, actually. It might be a bad idea. They should give me a re-release. I don't even need a remake. I want a re-release of Mega Man Legends.
The quote was, "It was really difficult to figure out what to do after Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
But I found it, and to be honest, it feels substantial."
Substantial.
Don't know what's... Are you saying that 8 was not substantial? Are you... What is...
Don't know.
What does substantial mean? Hopefully it doesn't mean the size of a continent. But yeah. People have already made fan art of Leon Kennedy being the main character, and I don't think that'll be the case. I think we'll play as werewolf Chris Redfield.
Yeah,
The
probably.
the character that doesn't exist, but does. Werewolf Chris Redfield.
The weirdest thing about that whole game.
God, they really
Such a strange piece of art
I
that has
feel
nothing to do with the game.
nothing. But man, video games. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
The Watch Dogs movie has begun filming.
Oh yes, yes. I'm glad
Get
you're
excited.
the one. Yeah,
We're all excited.
we're all excited for Aiden
Aiden Pierce.
Pierce.
The
There we go,
greatest-
That's the
Aiden Pierce.
name.
Video game protagonist.
And Ubisoft.
with the most incredible outfit ever designed.
And Ubisoft has a great track record with bringing their video games to the large silver screen, like with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And
That Prince of Persia movie was not bad.
yep, that was Disney and Ubisoft.
Sure.
And then the werewolf movie that I
That's a good movie. It's very funny.
never saw.
It's very funny.
So that's their 3 movies, I think. That Prince of Persia movie was fun.
If
That's a
only,
good movie.
if only we hadn't been spoiled of the ending
God, yeah.
as we were walking into the movie theater.
Yeah, that
by
was
our
the
friend.
worst. Yeah,
Very
that was
funny.
Stupid.
Very funny.
Um,
Certainly, the Assassin's Creed movie was a bummer.
I don't know.
Nah, that movie rips.
That movie is fun.
I
Not in a
guess.
good way, but fun. It has a cool animus in it.
Yeah.
And
It's
that,
got a weird animus in it.
it really does.
Very
Actually,
strange.
in the latest, since Ubisoft Motion Pictures has been made, Prince of Persia is not counted as one of their movies. Only-
That makes sense.
Only Assassin's Creed and Werewolves Within. They are working on a Rabbids TV show, a Just Dance TV show, or movie.
Just Dance movie. That's
They
you know.
they have the TV
I guess
shows
I
and
guess it could
movies
just be Step
together.
Up.
Oh wait, no. Here we go. Never mind. So they have a Rabbids movie, a Just Dance movie, a Splinter Cell movie, a Ghost Recon movie, The Division movie, Beyond Good and Evil, and Watch Dogs, all in some form of production.
Yeah, they've announced a bunch of these and
Crazy stuff.
probably
And
not
then,
actually doing anything. But Watch Dogs is filming now.
Now, TV wise, Mythic Quest.
Yeah, that's good.
They did do Mythic Quest.
Good
That show's
show.
Good stuff.
There's going to be an Assassin's Creed TV show, a Driver TV show, a Child of
Wait,
Light
like Driver
TV
San
show.
Francisco?
Yeah, that's their
Cool.
Drive 3
Child of Light, which I forgot was Ubisoft.
That's a good game.
And then Skull and Bones is a TV show,
Kill me.
which
That show is never coming out.
already
Until
Until it
existed.
does.
A quadruple A
As-
TV show.
Black Sails.
No. The characters are going to be the boats in this one.
Ooh, okay. Like a Cars situation. But they're
Yeah,
the
sort
boats-
of. But they're like photorealistic boats.
Yeah.
There's people on the boats, but we don't care about them. We care about the boats. The boats are doing the action.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean they've got a lot of irons in the fire. Who knows? I mean
I would bet most of those are not in actual production. They have just been announced as like shareholder things.
I
But,
will say
look,
that
That's possible.
almost
Watch Dogs.
almost all of them have producers and distributors already.
Yeah,
So,
but
you know,
that's fine. But is it? That just means they're getting money from people
right.
who are able to then write it off on their taxes or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I still think that, and Watch Dogs could have been what Last of Us was in terms of the popularity of the TV show. But, you know, they're doing a movie instead. They could have done it years ago. They could have just, like, replicated the story from the game
Don't you think
and
that
made
it would
Aiden
have
Pierce
been,
a likable character instead.
Don't you think it would have been sort of a Mr. Robot situation without some of the weird stuff Mr. Robot did? Like where they were like hacking and doing espionage stuff.
I guess.
But yeah, I agree with you. Watch Dogs has the hallmarks of a good
It's got a bunch.
TV
The
show.
first one has a bunch of really good characters, really good supporting characters, and just like the biggest, most unlikable main character to ever exist in a video game. It's hilarious. And he's got the craziest outfit.
the coolest outfit.
The dumbest jacket that anyone has ever designed.
But cool.
Yeah, I can admit. I remember once I got it at Watch Dogs 2, I was like, I'm just going to wear this.
And the iconic Watch Dogs Aiden Pierce hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Jeez. All right. Well, that's it for video games this week, everyone.
Yep. Video games
well,
are over until next week.
We'll report back on how Mario Party went. I'm very excited. I'm going to get people to play tomorrow. Have a safe and happy 4th of July.
Don't blow your hands off.
And if you do blow your hands off,
Don't.
don't.
Don't cry about it.
And don't cry about it. Because you knew the risk.
You knew better.
Yeah. That Roman candle is dangerous.
Yeah.
But have a good one, and we will talk
Back
to you
up. Back
next
up,
week.
Terry.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.